What if everything you think you know about the Emerald Tablet is wrong? The world believes it holds the secret to transmuting lead into gold, but what if its true purpose is something far grander, a secret to unlocking your own spiritual transmutation? The Emerald Tablet isn't a mere alchemical recipe for creating physical riches. It's a comprehensive map for transmuting yourself. This ancient artifact unveils the long-guarded secrets of inner transformation, providing you with the knowledge to consciously shape your reality by shifting your limiting beliefs, mastering your unruly emotions, and consciously creating the life you were always meant to live. This transformation hinges on a fundamental pattern, the principle of as above, so below, which isn't just a simple analogy. It's a profound reflection of the interconnectedness of all things, where your inner state directly mirrors and influences your outer reality. By understanding yourself, your patterns, your beliefs, your hidden potential, you unlock the power to influence the world around you, mastering the invisible forces that shape your destiny. The Emerald Tablet isn't just an ancient text, it is a living guide to personal power. The Emerald Tablet is shrouded in historical mystique, its origins debated and attributed to the enigmatic Hermes Trismegistus. It has been whispered about in ancient mystery schools, its wisdom secretly passed down through the ages. Its teachings, rooted in Hermeticism and its focus on immutable universal principles, remain strikingly relevant today, perhaps even more so than ever before. Understanding the true nature of this ancient wisdom is crucial now because the world is facing unprecedented challenges. Old paradigms are crumbling, and we desperately need tools for inner resilience, adaptation, and conscious evolution. This isn't just about personal growth, it's about collective transformation, shifting humanity towards a new era of awareness and harmony. What are the consequences of not understanding the Emerald Tablet's true message? You risk remaining trapped in limiting beliefs, unconsciously creating a reality of suffering and missing out on the full spectrum of your potential. This misunderstanding actively limits your personal power, hindering your spiritual growth and preventing you from experiencing the profound joy and fulfillment that is your birthright. But imagine the power that awaits those who unlock the Emerald Tablet's secrets. Heightened awareness, unwavering mastery over your emotions, and the conscious creation of a truly fulfilling life aligned with your soul's deepest purpose. What kind of world could we create if we all understood this latent power, actively reclaiming our agency and choosing our destiny? Let's address the common misconception that alchemy is solely focused on the physical transmutation of base metals into gold. While alchemists throughout the Middle Ages certainly pursued the philosopher's stone, often thought of as a substance capable of granting immortality and transmuting metals, this pursuit was frequently a symbolic representation of a far deeper spiritual journey, not a literal get-rich-quick scheme. Transformation, as described in the Emerald Tablet, isn't about magically changing external circumstances. It's about fundamentally altering your inner world, thereby influencing the reality you experience. This is a far cry from superficial self-help techniques that offer temporary fixes without addressing the root causes of your suffering. We will explore key concepts like solve et coagula, the process of breaking down and rebuilding, prima materia, the raw substance of transformation, and the alchemical marriage, the union of opposing forces within yourself, connecting them to practical applications for profound personal transformation. The as above, so below pattern will emerge time and again. A simple example of this is how mastering your emotions directly impacts your overall well-being and the quality of your relationships. By learning to regulate your inner state, you create a ripple effect that positively influences your interactions with others and your experience of the world. But what exactly is the prima materia, and how do you find it within yourself? How can you truly understand the principle of as above, so below, and use it to consciously shape your destiny? The Emerald Tablet holds the keys to unlocking these hidden powers and creating a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. But this knowledge has been suppressed and misinterpreted for centuries, requiring you to decode the tablet's secrets and claim your birthright. The Solve et Coagula pattern will be revealed as a universal principle applicable to every aspect of your life, from your relationships to your career and personal growth, serving as a tool to completely transform your reality. In this video, we will provide practical tools and actionable techniques for applying the wisdom of the Emerald Tablet, demystifying the often confusing art of alchemy, and empowering you to become a conscious creator of your reality. Are you ready to begin? Let's begin by dismantling a long-held misconception that alchemy's sole purpose was the transmutation of base metals like lead into gold. While the pursuit of the philosopher's stone, with its promise of immortality and metallic transmutation, captivated alchemists for centuries, this was often a veiled metaphor for a far grander, more profound spiritual transformation. This esoteric interpretation suggests the real alchemy lies in transmuting the lead of the self, your limiting beliefs, deeply ingrained negative emotions, and unconscious patterns into the gold of enlightenment, self-mastery, and conscious creation. Think of it this way. Base metals represent the raw, untamed aspects of your inner world, while gold symbolizes the refined, enlightened state you are capable of achieving. The goal is not merely to change your external circumstances, but to fundamentally elevate your mental and emotional state, thereby reshaping your reality. This is where the alchemical process of Solve et Coagula comes into play, the core mechanism for personal and spiritual evolution. Solve et Coagula is the principle of breaking down old, outdated structures and building new, empowering ones in their place. For instance, Solve might involve identifying and dismantling a limiting belief, such as, "I am not worthy of success." Coagula then entails replacing this belief with an empowering affirmation, such as, "I am capable and deserving of success." But what happens when you relentlessly chase external achievements, wealth, fame, power, while neglecting your inner world? You may achieve fleeting success, but ultimately find yourself unfulfilled, haunted by inner turmoil and a nagging sense of emptiness. The alchemical path invites you to invert this approach, prioritizing inner transformation as the foundation for a truly meaningful and fulfilling life. Now, let's delve into one of the most fundamental principles of Hermetic philosophy: as above, so below. While often presented as a mere analogy, as above, so below reveals a fundamental interconnectedness and resonance between the microcosm, the individual, and the macrocosm, the universe. It suggests the universe operates as a hologram, where every single part contains the entirety of the whole. Just as a broken piece of a hologram can still project the entire image, albeit with reduced resolution, so too does each individual reflect the patterns and principles of the entire universe. If your inner world is chaotic, filled with fear, doubt, and unresolved conflicts, your external reality will invariably reflect that chaos, manifesting in stressful relationships, financial instability, and a general sense of unease. Conversely, if you cultivate inner peace, clarity, and self-mastery, you will attract more harmonious experiences into your life. This pattern manifests across all aspects of your existence. Chronic physical ailments, for example, often reflect deep-seated emotional or mental imbalances. Difficulty in relationships can stem from unresolved inner conflicts or limiting beliefs about yourself and others. Even your career path can mirror your inner state, with feelings of dissatisfaction and stagnation indicating a misalignment with your true purpose. And what if modern science could offer insight into this ancient wisdom? Quantum entanglement offers a compelling parallel to as above, so below. It demonstrates that two particles can become instantaneously connected, regardless of the distance separating them, sharing information and influencing each other's states. This suggests a fundamental interconnectedness that transcends the limitations of space and time, hinting at the underlying unity of all things. But what happens when you ignore this principle, living as if you are separate from the universe and disconnected from your own inner world. You become a leaf blown about by the winds of fate, at the mercy of external circumstances, feeling powerless and adrift. By aligning yourself with the principle of as above, so below, you reclaim your power to consciously shape your reality, becoming an active participant in the unfolding of your destiny. To truly embark on this transformative journey, you must first understand the nature of the prima materia, the raw material of alchemical transformation. Despite centuries of speculation, the prima materia is not some rare or exotic physical substance. Instead, it is the untamed, unrefined aspects of yourself, your raw emotions, your limiting beliefs, your unconscious patterns, your unprocessed traumas. It is, in essence, your shadow self, the parts of yourself you have disowned, repressed, or denied. For centuries, alchemy, with its focus on personal transformation, served as a precursor to modern-day psychology, offering a glimpse into understanding the power of the human mind. Shadow work, a core practice in modern psychology, aligns perfectly with the alchemical process of purifying the prima materia. It involves consciously acknowledging, accepting, and integrating these hidden aspects of yourself, bringing them into the light of awareness. For example, instead of suppressing your anger, which only allows it to fester and manifest in destructive ways, you acknowledge its presence, explore its roots, and find healthy ways to express it. Furthermore, Carl Jung's concept of the collective unconscious suggests that unprocessed trauma at the individual level can ripple outwards, manifesting in societal issues such as prejudice, discrimination, and systemic injustice. These societal biases and prejudices often stem from collective shadow aspects, the disowned parts of ourselves that we project onto others. Looking to the four elements, they can act as a lens for self-understanding and balance. Earth represents stability and practicality, air embodies intellect and communication, fire signifies passion and drive, and water symbolizes emotions and intuition. Imbalances in these elements manifest as specific personality traits or life challenges, revealing aspects of the prima materia that need attention. But what happens when you avoid confronting your prima materia, when you turn away from your shadow self? You remain trapped in cycles of self-sabotage, inner conflict, and a limited expression of your true potential. Understanding the prima materia empowers you to break free from these negative patterns, to embrace your wholeness, and to unleash the full power of your being. Ultimately, the alchemical journey culminates in the alchemical wedding, the sacred union of opposing forces within yourself, also known as the integration of masculine and feminine principles. These principles are not necessarily tied to gender, but rather represent different aspects of consciousness. The masculine embodies logic, reason, action, and analysis, while the feminine embodies intuition, creativity, receptivity, and empathy. Consider how societal imbalance often arises from undervaluing the feminine principle. This manifests in environmental destruction, the relentless exploitation of resources, and a pervasive lack of compassion in our social and political systems. The alchemical wedding calls for a restoration of balance, for an honoring of both masculine and feminine qualities in ourselves and in the world. This balance can be further exemplified by considering how intuition, feminine, and action, masculine, must work in concert to achieve goals. You might meditate to cultivate your intuition, gaining insights and clarity about your path. Then, you would set clear goals and take decisive action to manifest your vision. This pattern of balance and harmony extends throughout the universe, reflected in the cycles of yin and yang, day and night, expansion and contraction. What if, by embracing both your masculine and feminine aspects, you could achieve a state of wholeness, inner peace, and synergistic results? By integrating these principles, you dissolve inner conflict and create a life of profound purpose and fulfillment. But what happens when you suppress either the masculine or feminine principle within yourself? You create imbalance, inner conflict, and a distorted perception of reality. You might become overly aggressive and domineering, or overly passive and submissive, losing touch with your authentic self. Ultimately, integrating the masculine and feminine empowers you to become a conscious co-creator of your reality, living in harmony with yourself and the universe. The journey of alchemical transformation now calls us to delve deeper into the practical application of these profound principles. Central to this transformation is Solve et Coagula, the continuous dance of death and rebirth. This isn't merely about breaking down the old and building up the new. It's an unending cycle, a spiral staircase of evolution. Consider the natural world. A tree sheds its leaves in autumn, Solve, providing nourishment for new growth in spring, Coagula. This constant cycle of decomposition and regeneration is mirrored within your own life. Perhaps you've experienced the pain of a broken relationship, the sting of failure, or the discomfort of stepping outside your comfort zone. These experiences, while often unpleasant, are opportunities for profound growth. Are you willing to embrace the discomfort of breaking down old patterns to make way for something new? In the context of relationships, Solve et Coagula demands that we confront and dismantle unhealthy dynamics. This might involve recognizing toxic communication patterns, setting boundaries, or even ending relationships that no longer serve our highest good. For example, imagine a relationship where constant criticism and negativity prevail. The Solve phase would involve acknowledging this toxic behavior, perhaps through therapy or honest conversations. It may even require ending the relationship to create space for healthier connections. The Coagula phase then involves learning from the past, setting clearer boundaries in future relationships, and cultivating self-love and respect. What happens when these toxic behaviors are never addressed? Similarly, Solve et Coagula applies to your career path. Are you currently stuck in a dead-end job, feeling unfulfilled and disconnected from your purpose? The Solve phase might entail recognizing this dissatisfaction, identifying your core values, and developing the courage to explore new opportunities. This could mean quitting your job to pursue further education, start your own business, or transition to a more meaningful role. The Coagula phase involves building new skills, networking, and creating a career that aligns with your authentic self. The universe itself dances to this alchemical rhythm. The Big Bang, the cataclysmic birth of our universe, represents the ultimate solve, the breaking down of singularity into expanding space and energy. The subsequent formation of galaxies, stars, and planets represents the Coagula, the building up of complex structures from primordial chaos. Ultimately, your personal journey of growth is intimately connected to the cosmic processes unfolding around you. Can you perceive that every ending births a new beginning, and every breakdown holds the potential for breakthroughs? The Emerald Tablet guides us ever deeper, now revealing the profound implications of the axiom, as above, so below, by moving beyond the understanding of a static reflection. As above, so below dictates that changes in the microcosm actively influence the macrocosm, and vice versa. The two are not separate, but dynamically intertwined, each continuously shaping the other. The healing of individual trauma, for example, ripples outward, contributing to the healing of collective trauma. One person confronting their shadow self can inspire others to do the same, creating a positive cascade effect. Consider the concept of morphic resonance, proposed by Rupert Sheldrake, which offers a compelling framework for understanding this dynamic interaction. Sheldrake posits that thoughts, emotions, and actions can create morphic fields, influencing others who share similar experiences. Thus, if a critical mass of people adopt a new belief or behavior, it becomes easier for others to do the same. What if positive intentions, cultivated on an individual level, could contribute to a more positive collective consciousness, fostering a world of greater peace, compassion, and understanding? How does Solve et Coagula fit within this interplay? Inner transformation, achieved through breaking down limiting beliefs and building new empowering ones, ripples outward, influencing the external world. For instance, someone who transforms their limiting belief about money from "I am destined to struggle financially" to "I am capable of creating abundance" will likely take different actions, such as pursuing new career opportunities, developing new skills, and managing their finances more effectively. These actions, in turn, can lead to greater financial success, which can then positively influence their family, community, and even the wider economy. If your inner world is indeed a reflection of the outer world, what does your current reality reveal about your inner state? Are you surrounded by chaos and negativity, or by peace and harmony? This question invites deep self-reflection, urging you to examine your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions as a tool for understanding the deeper meaning of your current situation. Conscious co-creation becomes possible when you act on the principle of as above, so below. By consciously transforming your inner world, you can shape your external reality, aligning it with your highest aspirations and contributing to a more harmonious world for all. Central to activating this transformation is identifying and understanding the prima materia, the raw, untamed aspects of yourself. The identification starts with paying close attention to recurring emotional patterns, limiting beliefs, and unconscious behaviors. Tools such as journaling, meditation, and shadow work become invaluable for self-discovery, illuminating the hidden aspects of your inner landscape. Ask yourself, what are my recurring emotional triggers? What limiting beliefs am I holding on to? What unconscious behaviors am I repeating? The answers to these questions will reveal the prima materia that requires your attention. As a starting point, the four elements provide a framework for navigating the raw self. When lacking earth, stability is undermined, and insecurity takes root. Grounding practices, like spending time in nature, can help to reconnect with the earth element. In contrast, an air surplus, an overabundance of mental energy, can manifest as overthinking and anxiety. Mindfulness and breathwork can help to calm the mind and restore balance. A lack of fire can manifest as a lack of motivation and apathy. Igniting your inner fire through creative expression and physical activity can help to reignite your passion and drive. Too much water can lead to over-emotionality and instability. Practicing emotional release techniques and spending time near water can help to channel your emotions in a healthy way. Ignoring these elemental imbalances leads to inner turmoil and difficulty manifesting one's desires. For example, if you're overly fiery and aggressive, you may struggle to connect with others on a deep level. By balancing fire with water, you can cultivate empathy and compassion, fostering stronger and more meaningful relationships. Consider how the interplay of the four elements relates to your prima materia. These imbalances hinder spiritual growth. Actively striving for balance is key. This awareness alone begins the transformation. Stepping ever closer to wholeness, we arrive at the alchemical wedding, the sacred union of opposing forces, also referred to as the integration of masculine and feminine principles. As a reminder, these principles transcend gender, representing distinct aspects of consciousness, the union of which is required for one to approach wholeness. The masculine embodies logic, reason, action, and analysis, while the feminine embodies intuition, creativity, receptivity, and empathy. For example, societal imbalance often manifests in environmental destruction, economic inequality, and political polarization. A culture overly dominated by masculine traits will more easily exploit natural resources without regard for long-term consequences, prioritizing profit over people's well-being and fostering a lack of empathy and understanding for opposing viewpoints. What if integrating masculine and feminine principles could lead to more sustainable, equitable, and compassionate solutions? Imagine businesses that prioritize not only profit, but also social responsibility, governments that value collaboration and diplomacy over conflict and domination, and individuals who cultivate both their intellect and their intuition. On a personal level, cultivating the feminine principle involves consciously practicing active listening and empathy in conversations, engaging in creative pursuits and connecting with nature, and prioritizing self-care and emotional well-being. What if these practices could foster a more balanced and harmonious inner world, radiating outwards to influence your relationships, your community, and the wider world? The alchemical wedding aligns perfectly with the as above, so below principle, highlighting how inner harmony leads to outer harmony. A person who cultivates both their masculine and feminine qualities will be more likely to create harmonious relationships, a fulfilling career, and a positive impact on their community. Create inner, external, personal, and societal harmony and balance. The cultivation and balance in your mind and soul leads to universal peace, harmony, and balance. Achieving inner balance allows one to see the interconnectedness of all things, fostering compassion and a desire to create a better world for everyone. By achieving inner balance, you unlock a profound sense of interconnectedness, fostering a deep compassion for all beings and a burning desire to create a better world for everyone. The secrets of the Emerald Tablet begin to coalesce, revealing a path to profound personal transformation. In the next section, we will explore specific techniques and practices for applying this wisdom. We will uncover methods for reprogramming limiting beliefs, mastering emotions, and consciously creating your reality, moving from theoretical understanding to practical application. Reflect on the concepts discussed and consider how you can begin applying them in your own life, starting with meditating on a key takeaway from this video. The Emerald Tablet is a key to unlocking hidden potential and creating a life of purpose and fulfillment, waiting for you to unlock its secrets. Let's now revisit alchemical transformation, understanding Solve et Coagula not merely as a personal tool, but as a fundamental, universal force governing all of existence, far beyond the confines of individual change. This principle operates on a grand scale, dictating the perpetual cycles of creation and destruction evident throughout the cosmos. Consider, for instance, the controlled burn of a forest. What appears as devastation is, in reality, a necessary act of purification, clearing away deadwood and underbrush to make way for new, vibrant growth. The flames consume the old, releasing nutrients back into the soil, preparing the ground for a richer, more diverse ecosystem to flourish. Similarly, stars, in their magnificent death throes, explode as supernovae, scattering the elements forged within their cores across the vast expanse of space. These stellar remnants become the building blocks for new stars, planets, and even life itself. Without this cosmic solve, the universe would stagnate, trapped in a state of unchanging uniformity. How might you implement this understanding in your own life? Think of Solve et Coagula as a powerful method for problem solving. When confronted with a challenge, begin by identifying the core issue, the root cause of the problem, and acknowledging what must be dissolved or released, the solve. Next, focus on creating new solutions, building new structures, and implementing new strategies to address the issue more effectively, the coagula. For example, if you're experiencing a personal conflict stemming from misunderstanding, the solve phase would involve acknowledging misheld beliefs and assumptions. The coagula phase then involves actively engaging in open and honest communication, clarifying intentions, and establishing a deeper understanding to solidify the relationship. This pattern of dissolution and reformation isn't unique to alchemy. It echoes throughout various philosophical traditions. Consider dialectical thinking, the age-old process of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. A thesis, an initial proposition, encounters an antithesis, an opposing idea leading to a synthesis, a novel truth that integrates both perspectives. Solve et Coagula does not destroy, it blends until it becomes one. Synthesis isn't merely a compromise, but a transformation. It births a new understanding, a more profound truth than either the thesis or antithesis could offer alone. Are you willing to embrace the sometimes painful necessity of solve, recognizing that clinging to the old, the familiar, prevents the new, the transformative, from emerging? Acknowledge any difficulty that you may have with endings. That is the first step towards moving forward. Only then can the alchemical dance truly begin, paving the way for a more vibrant and meaningful existence. Moving beyond this, we examine the axiom, as above, so below, and venture into the depths of holographic reality, a concept that suggests the universe is not a collection of separate objects, but rather a projection from a deeper, more fundamental level of information. Every part contains the whole. Consider a hologram. Break it into pieces, and each fragment still contains the entire image, albeit at a lower resolution. Similarly, the holographic universe theory posits that every point in spacetime contains information about the entire universe. This invites a profound question. If reality is indeed a projection, what is the projector? Is it possible that consciousness itself plays this role, shaping the reality we perceive through our thoughts, beliefs, and intentions? As above, so below further emphasizes that conscious decisions made at the individual level have a ripple effect on the collective, influencing the very fabric of reality. Every choice, every action, sends out vibrations that resonate throughout the interconnected web of existence. Are you prepared to acknowledge the profound implications of this interconnectedness? Do you grasp the weight of responsibility that comes with understanding that your thoughts and actions contribute to the collective experience? By understanding these implications, the individual becomes responsible for shaping their own world and the world around them. This isn't mere philosophical speculation. Modern science is beginning to echo the wisdom of these ancient principles. Consider the observer effect in quantum physics, which demonstrates that the act of observation influences the behavior of quantum particles. The famous double-slit experiment exemplifies this. When particles are observed, they behave as particles, but when they are not observed, they behave as waves, demonstrating the profound influence of consciousness on the very nature of reality. The influence is so great, it impacts wave-particle duality. The ancient concept of karma, the law of cause and effect, becomes especially relevant in this context. Every action, every intention, creates a corresponding reaction, rippling outwards to influence the universal harmony and balance. Actions are not isolated events. They are threads woven into the tapestry of existence, shaping the destiny of both the individual and the collective. Does that then raise the question, if reality is holographic and our consciousness shapes it, are we truly responsible for everything that happens in our lives? How does this reconcile with the existence of suffering and injustice? Such questions are important. Even more important is to take action towards achieving your individual goals. And so, we must confront the prima materia. Shadow work in action. It is through shadow work that we can begin to purify the raw, untamed aspects of ourselves, transforming lead into gold. But how does one actually begin this often daunting process? The initial step involves turning inward, engaging in deep self-reflection to illuminate the hidden corners of your psyche. Start with journaling, using specific prompts to uncover your shadow aspects. Ask yourself, what qualities do I most dislike in others? The traits that trigger strong negative reactions often reflect disowned aspects of yourself. Also ask, what situations trigger strong emotional reactions in me? These situations often reveal underlying wounds and unmet needs that require attention. Next, incorporate meditation techniques to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. As thoughts and emotions arise, simply acknowledge them without getting carried away. Observe them as a detached witness, allowing them to pass through your awareness without resistance. This practice cultivates self-awareness and helps you to identify recurring patterns and triggers. Another powerful tool is active imagination, a technique developed by Carl Jung. Find a comfortable space, close your eyes, and imagine a personified aspect of your shadow self. Engage in a dialogue with this figure, asking questions and listening to its responses. This can provide valuable insights into the underlying fears, desires, and beliefs that drive your behavior. Each of these steps aligns with the alchemical process of purifying the prima materia, transforming the raw, base aspects of yourself into something of greater value. Purifying negative aspects can turn them into positive personal traits. For instance, acknowledging and integrating your anger can transform it into assertiveness and healthy boundaries. Embracing your fear can transform it into courage and resilience. You can gain insight and growth with the 4 elements. Correct any elemental imbalances by finding their opposite and balancing with it. If you are lacking earth, you feel ungrounded and insecure. Add grounding practices. If you have too much air, you're anxious and stressed. Practice mindfulness to find balance. If you lack fire, you're apathetic and unmotivated. Discover what ignites you. If you have too much water, you're unstable and over-emotional. Work to release emotions in a healthy way. Take the action steps. Find what is missing, determine what you need to do to create balance, and maintain that balance so you don't veer into extremes. This understanding shows that shadow work isn't just an abstract concept. It has tangible benefits that extend to all areas of your life. By reducing reactivity and increasing self-awareness, shadow work can dramatically improve your relationships, fostering greater empathy, understanding, and compassion. A person who is typically angry but takes time to practice meditation and reflection will learn how to respond to triggers better. This does not mean the person will never be angry. It means the person will not be controlled by anger. Ultimately, shadow work improves well-being. Do not let the fear and resistance associated with shadow work deter you. It is not about becoming perfect, but about becoming whole, integrating all aspects of yourself, both light and shadow, into a unified and harmonious whole. Reframe shadow work as an act of self-compassion and empowerment. It is through self-acceptance that true transformation begins. Now, to come full circle, we consider the alchemical wedding, the attainment of inner wholeness. It's time to shift the focus from societal imbalance to the individual, providing strategies for developing inner understanding and integration of both masculine and feminine principles. Begin by identifying your personal strengths associated with each principle. Are you naturally inclined towards logical thinking and problem-solving, masculine, or towards empathy and intuition, feminine? Once you've identified your dominant traits, focus on developing the qualities associated with the underdeveloped principle. If you tend to be overly logical, make a conscious effort to cultivate your emotional intelligence. Engage in activities that foster empathy, such as volunteering, practicing active listening, and exploring creative pursuits. If you tend to be overly emotional, work on developing your critical thinking skills. Engage in activities that challenge your intellect, such as reading, debating, and problem-solving. Working on each of these items individually allows you to create rippling influence in society that betters society as a whole. What aspects of society are broken? How can personal behavior modify those problems? For example, if you're making an important business decision, don't rely solely on market analysis and data. Also tap into your intuition, your gut feeling, to guide your decision-making process. This integration unlocks the untapped potential of both perspectives. The alchemical wedding connects to wholeness and self-actualization. Integrating masculine and feminine aspects unlocks higher potential. This should be a major reinforcement to take action. Remember, integrating masculine and feminine principles is not about becoming androgynous or losing one's identity, but about expanding one's capacity for creativity, empathy, and effectiveness. Strive to understand that there will be personal benefit from understanding and action. Having come this far, let us bring synthesis to the core tenets of the Emerald Tablet. Solve et coagula, as above, so below, prima materia, and the alchemical wedding are all interconnected and essential for personal transformation. Internalizing these concepts will lead to observable external change. Recognize that inner transformation is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of growth and evolution. By embracing change, you embrace constant evolution and learning. Stay tuned for future videos that will explore specific techniques for reprogramming limiting beliefs, mastering emotions, and consciously creating reality, building on the foundation laid in this video. For now, commit to applying the Emerald Tablet's wisdom in your life and remember your inherent power to shape your reality. Embrace change to better yourself. Let's delve into how you can consciously dissolve the structures that confine you, releasing yourself from the self-imposed prisons of limiting beliefs and destructive habits. The first step is awareness. Take a meticulous inventory of your inner landscape. What recurring thoughts plague your mind? What emotional patterns dictate your reactions? What ingrained habits sabotage your best intentions? To effectively target these constraints, keep a dedicated journal for at least 2 weeks, chronicling your daily thoughts, feelings, and actions. After each entry, pause to analyze any recurring themes. What negative self-perceptions consistently surface? Are you believing that you are not good enough, not capable, or not worthy of love and success? What consistent fears prevent you from pursuing your dreams? Do you fear failure, rejection, or the unknown? Identifying the origins of these beliefs can be profoundly liberating. Where did they come from? Were they inherited from your parents, instilled by society, or born from traumatic experiences? Understanding the source of your limiting beliefs diminishes their power over you. Next, challenge their validity. Are these beliefs actually true, or are they merely assumptions based on limited information? Question the evidence that supports them. Do you have concrete proof that you are incapable of achieving your goals, or are you simply succumbing to self-doubt? Reframing limiting beliefs isn't just about positive thinking. It's about critical analysis, intellectual rigor, and a relentless pursuit of truth. Acknowledge, too, that dismantling deeply ingrained beliefs and habits won't be easy. Prepare to face resistance from your own psyche, from the comfort zone that seeks to protect you from the perceived dangers of change. Recognize that resistance is a sign that you are on the right track, that you are challenging the very foundations of your limitations. As you confront your resistance, remember that you are not alone. Countless others have walked this path before you, and their stories offer inspiration and guidance. In recognizing and accepting the necessity for endings, you mirror the solve stage of alchemy, releasing the constraints that bind you. Now, having dissolved what no longer serves you, you are ready to consciously create the reality you desire, to mold your life in alignment with your highest aspirations. What new, empowering beliefs will you embrace? What new emotional patterns will you cultivate? What new habits will you integrate into your daily routine? Defining this new reality requires clarity, intention, and unwavering focus. See yourself living your ideal life, embodying your ideal self. What does it look like? How does it feel? What actions are you taking? What relationships are you cultivating? Visualize this ideal scenario in vivid detail, engaging all of your senses. Feel the emotions of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment as if they were already your reality. Reinforce these visualizations with powerful affirmations, positive statements that reprogram your subconscious mind with new, empowering beliefs. Choose affirmations that resonate deeply with your desired reality. I am worthy of love and success. I am capable of achieving my goals. I am open to receiving abundance in all areas of my life. Write these affirmations down and repeat them aloud daily, infusing them with emotion and conviction. But visualization and affirmations are not enough. You must also take concrete action, setting clear, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART goals that align with your desired reality. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps, creating a roadmap for success. Celebrate each milestone along the way, reinforcing your progress and maintaining your momentum. Establish supportive relationships that uplift and encourage you on your journey. Surround yourself with people who believe in your potential and who inspire you to become your best self. As you build new structures, be prepared for challenges, for setbacks, and for the temptation to relapse into old patterns. This is where accountability comes in. Partner with a friend, a mentor, or a coach who can provide support, guidance, and gentle reminders to stay the course. Track your progress, celebrating your successes, and learning from your setbacks. Establish a reward system that reinforces positive behaviors. The true reward, however, lies in the transformation itself. in the growing sense of empowerment and self-mastery that comes from consciously creating your reality. What truly matters is the active manifestation that mirrors the coagula stage of alchemy, solidifying your intentions into tangible outcomes. Once you have released your limitations and taken active steps towards defining yourself, it's important to realize the synthesis of the outer and inner self to create the changes that you want to see. Aligning your inner world and outer world is not a passive endeavor, but an active and intentional process that requires constant vigilance, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs with your actions, behaviors, and environment. Begin with mindfulness. Cultivate awareness of your thoughts and emotions in the present moment, observing them without judgment. Are your thoughts aligned with your desired reality, or are they still dwelling on limitations and fears? Do your emotions reflect gratitude and joy, or do they succumb to negativity and resentment? Practice conscious communication, ensuring that your words align with your intentions. Speak with honesty, kindness, and compassion, avoiding gossip, criticism, and negativity. Declutter your physical space, creating an environment that reflects your desired inner state. Remove items that evoke negative emotions or that represent old patterns and limitations. Rearrange your surroundings to create a sense of peace, harmony, and inspiration. As you align your inner and outer worlds, you create a powerful magnetic field, attracting experiences that resonate with your vibrational frequency. Visualization, affirmations, and gratitude practices are not mere techniques, but powerful tools for shaping your reality through the principle of as above, so below. This principle is related to the concept of resonance, the ability to attract experiences that are in vibrational alignment with your inner state. The effects of this resonance can be profound, drawing to you opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that support your highest aspirations. But conscious creation is not without its ethical considerations. When setting your intentions, it is essential to align them with the highest good for all involved, avoiding selfishness, manipulation, and harm. Ask yourself, am I seeking to benefit myself at the expense of others? Am I respecting the free will of others? Am I contributing to the greater good? Aligning with your core purpose enhances your personal experience and prevents future harm. When your intentions are pure, you amplify your creative power, attracting abundance and fulfillment in all areas of your life. The impact is clear. Aligning the inner world with the outer world cultivates resonance, attracting experiences that reflect your evolving sense of self. To delve deeper into the journey, the time has come to confront your prima materia through advanced shadow work techniques, recognizing that true transformation requires embracing all aspects of yourself, both light and shadow. Venture beyond surface-level self-reflection and dive into the depths of your unconscious mind. Explore your dreams, paying attention to recurring symbols, figures, and themes. Dreams often provide valuable insights into the hidden aspects of your psyche, revealing underlying fears, desires, and unmet needs. Engage in active imagination, a technique that allows you to consciously interact with your unconscious mind. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and imagine a personified aspect of your shadow self. Engage in a dialogue with this figure, asking questions and listening to its responses. This process can help you to understand the underlying motivations and beliefs that drive your behavior. As you explore your shadow self, consider seeking the guidance of a trained therapist or counselor. Therapeutic modalities like internal family systems, IFS, can provide valuable frameworks and tools for understanding and integrating your inner parts. These techniques bring unique benefits, increased self-awareness, reduced reactivity, and improved emotional regulation. As you begin to confront shadow qualities like anger, fear, and jealousy, focus on transforming them into positive attributes. For example, channeling your anger into assertive action, transforming your fear into courage and resilience, and transforming your jealousy into inspiration and admiration. Consider, for instance, the story of a successful entrepreneur who initially struggled with anger. By engaging in shadow work, they were able to transform their anger into a driving force for innovation and change, using their assertiveness to challenge the status quo and create positive impact. This approach can be applied to all shadow qualities. By understanding and integrating these aspects of yourself, you unlock hidden sources of power and creativity, expanding your capacity for empathy, compassion, and authenticity. It is apparent that self-acceptance is a key element in shadow work. It can lead to inner peace. Now, to bring all of this to fruition, the next step is to practice the alchemical marriage in your daily life, expressing your authentic self in the world. Balancing masculine and feminine energies requires conscious effort and intentional action. Engage in activities that cultivate both logical and intuitive thinking. Solve puzzles, play strategy games, and engage in intellectual debates to stimulate your masculine energy. Practice meditation, spend time in nature, and explore creative pursuits to cultivate your feminine energy. Take action while remaining open to guidance. Set clear goals and create structured plans to achieve them, activating your masculine energy, but remain flexible and adaptable, allowing for spontaneity and intuition to guide your decisions, tapping into your feminine energy. As you balance these energies within yourself, look for opportunities to express your authentic self through creative outlets. Engage in art, music, writing, dance, or any other activity that allows you to tap into your unique gifts and talents. In healthy relationships, make the effort to offer mutual respect, empathy, and collaboration. Allow yourself to lead with courage and protection and make space to listen, understand, and embrace. This practice helps to create a unique and novel understanding that provides benefit for yourself and others. The synthesis of these points results in the expression of one's full potential in the world. It can be realized through many avenues, for example, entrepreneurship or personal and professional relationships. The goal is a unified state that leads to inner wholeness. Do not confuse this with completion, as the goal of alchemy is continuous growth that elevates yourself and those around you. By understanding the combination of these concepts, the user gains a novel understanding that leads to external progress and balance. It is clear that combining these concepts leads to growth and forward motion. Moving forward, we will further explore the mysteries of alchemy in future videos and detail additional techniques that will act as a guiding light for your path ahead. Now, as we move forward on the alchemical path, we must begin rewriting our internal code through belief reprogramming. To do this effectively, we must first identify our root beliefs. Often, the limiting beliefs that plague our conscious minds are merely symptoms of deeper, often unconscious, core beliefs. How do we uncover these hidden programs that dictate our thoughts, emotions, and actions? One potent technique is the 5 whys. Take a limiting belief, such as "I'm not good enough," and repeatedly ask why, until you arrive at the core belief. For example, "I'm not good enough, why? Because I always fail, why? Because I'm not smart enough, why? Because I believe I'm inherently flawed." This process peels away the layers of superficial beliefs, revealing the foundational assumptions that shape your reality. Once you've identified a core belief, challenge its validity. Examine the evidence for and against it. Are there objective facts that support this belief, or is it based on subjective interpretations and cognitive distortions? For instance, if your core belief is "I'm unlovable," challenge the evidence that supports this belief. Have you been rejected in past relationships? Does this mean that you are inherently unlovable, or simply that you haven't found the right match? Consider alternative perspectives. What would someone who loves and believes in you say about this belief? Often, we hold ourselves to standards that are far more rigorous than those we apply to others. Having identified and challenged your limiting core beliefs, the next step is to install new, empowering programs. This involves replacing negative self-perceptions with positive affirmations, visualizations, and self-talk. For example, if you've identified the core belief, "I'm not good enough," replace it with the affirmation, "I am capable of learning and growing." Repeat this affirmation daily, infusing it with emotion and conviction. Visualize yourself succeeding in your goals, embodying the qualities of confidence, competence, and self-worth. See yourself overcoming challenges, achieving your dreams, and living a fulfilling life. As you repeat your affirmations and visualizations, pay attention to your self-talk. Are you still engaging in negative self-criticism, or are you becoming more supportive and encouraging? Catch yourself when you engage in negative self-talk and consciously reframe your thoughts. For example, instead of saying, "I'm going to fail," say, "I'm going to learn and grow from this experience." Remember that actions influence beliefs as well, creating a feedback loop. The more you act in alignment with your new, empowering beliefs, the more those beliefs will solidify. Act as if you already embody your ideal self, and you will gradually become that person. This process mirrors the solve et coagula pattern. Dismantling limiting beliefs solves the constraints that bind you, while installing new, empowering beliefs coagulates your desired reality. The key is action and faith. Next, let's explore the profound art of emotional alchemy, the transmutation of negative emotions into more positive and constructive states. To master this art, you must first identify your emotional triggers, the situations, people, or thoughts that evoke strong emotional reactions. Begin by keeping an emotion journal. For at least 2 weeks, track your triggers, associated feelings, and behavioral responses. For example, if you consistently feel anxious before public speaking, note the specific thoughts and physical sensations that accompany your anxiety. Do you fear judgment, failure, or humiliation? Do you experience racing heart, sweating palms, or a churning stomach? The more specific you are in identifying your triggers, the easier it will be to understand and address them. As you track your emotional triggers, look for recurring patterns. Are there certain people, situations, or thoughts that consistently evoke negative emotions? Do you tend to react to stress with anger, fear, or sadness? Understanding these recurring patterns is crucial for identifying the underlying causes of your emotional reactions. Psychological insights, such as exploring attachment styles, can be invaluable in this process. For example, if you have an anxious attachment style, you may be prone to feelings of insecurity and abandonment in relationships. Recognizing these patterns allows you to challenge them and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Common negative patterns in relationships can include excessive jealousy, neediness, or controlling behavior. Identifying these patterns helps you to break free from destructive cycles and cultivate more fulfilling connections. Once you understand your emotional patterns, you can begin the process of transmuting negative emotions into more positive and constructive states. This requires a combination of awareness, acceptance, and skillful action. One powerful technique is emotional freedom technique, EFT tapping. EFT involves tapping on specific acupressure points on the body while focusing on the negative emotion. This process helps to release energetic blockages and calm the nervous system. Start by identifying the negative emotion you want to address. Rate the intensity of the emotion on a scale of 0 to 10. Create a setup statement that acknowledges the problem while affirming your self-acceptance. For example, even though I'm feeling anxious about this presentation, I deeply and completely accept myself. Repeat this setup statement 3 times while tapping on the karate chop point on the side of your hand. Then, tap on each of the following points while repeating a reminder phrase that focuses on the negative emotion. Eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, chin, collarbone, under the arm, and top of the head. After completing a round of tapping, reassess the intensity of the emotion. Repeat the process until the intensity decreases. Mindfulness meditation is another effective technique for transmuting negative emotions. By observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you create space for them to dissipate naturally. Somatic experiencing, a therapeutic approach that focuses on releasing trauma from the body, can also be helpful in transmuting deeply ingrained emotional patterns. By mastering these practices, you unlock an understanding that negative emotions can be alchemically transformed into greater inner peace and well-being. Mastering your emotions allows you to consciously change your world, to become the master alchemist of your own experience. With emotions mastered, the next step involves consciously creating your reality, putting the principle of as above, so below into action. This begins with setting clear, specific, and aligned intentions for your life, focusing on what you want to create rather than what you want to avoid. Write down your intentions in a positive and present tense. Instead of saying, "I want to get rid of debt," say, "I am financially abundant." Be as specific as possible, including details about what you want to achieve, how you want to feel, and what you want to contribute to the world. Align your intentions with your values and passions. Are you pursuing goals that are truly meaningful to you, or are you simply chasing after societal expectations? When your intentions are aligned with your authentic self, you create a powerful force for manifestation. For instance, if you value creativity and self-expression, set intentions that support your artistic pursuits, such as, "I am creating beautiful and inspiring art that touches the hearts of others." Then, align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your intentions. This means cultivating positive thoughts and emotions that support your desired reality and taking concrete actions that move you closer to your goals. Pay attention to your self-talk, your emotional state, and your daily habits. Are they aligned with your intentions, or are they sabotaging your progress? Mindfulness is key to maintaining this alignment. Cultivate consistent self-awareness that reinforces action-thought harmony. Throughout the day, pause to check in with yourself. Are you thinking thoughts that support your intentions? Are you feeling emotions that align with your desired reality? Are you taking actions that move you closer to your goals? If not, gently redirect your thoughts, emotions, and actions back into alignment. As you align your inner and outer worlds, it is essential to surrender to the universe and trust that everything is unfolding as it should, even when faced with challenges and setbacks. This doesn't mean giving up or becoming passive, but rather releasing your attachment to specific outcomes and trusting that the universe has your best interests at heart. Explore the Taoist concept of Wu Wei, effortless action. Wu Wei emphasizes the importance of flowing with the natural order of things, rather than forcing or resisting. This involves letting go of control and trusting that the universe will guide you to the right path. As a practice example, instead of trying to micromanage every aspect of your life, focus on cultivating inner peace and clarity, and then take inspired action as opportunities arise. If you encounter obstacles or setbacks, view them as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than as signs of failure. Trust that the universe is guiding you towards your highest potential, even if the path is not always clear. Remember the as above, so below principle. Creating a desired reality requires aligning inner and outer worlds. The individual must first imagine, believe, and then take action. This alignment creates a powerful resonance that attracts experiences that support your intentions. Once this is fully realized, you can move on to integrating your shadow self in order to reach higher states of alignment with your goals. Now let's move towards integrating your shadow, embracing imperfection. It's time to delve deeper into your shadow self, exploring repressed memories, hidden desires, and disowned qualities. The most effective way to do this is through active imagination, exercises to interact with shadow aspects, dream analysis techniques, and therapeutic modalities. Active imagination can be done by finding a quiet space and closing your eyes and consciously interacting with your unconscious mind. Explore your dreams and pay attention to recurring symbols. You must then transform shadow qualities into positive attributes. One can turn aggression into assertiveness, fear into courage, and jealousy into inspiration. This transformational framework can be achieved by reframing shadow qualities as expressions of unmet needs and developing strategies for meeting those needs in healthy ways. For example, if you are prone to jealousy, reframe it as a sign that you desire more connection and intimacy in your relationships. Then, develop strategies for communicating your needs to your partner and cultivating deeper emotional bonds. Integrating your shadow also requires cultivating self-acceptance and compassion. Provide practical exercises for cultivating self-acceptance and compassion, such as loving-kindness meditation, self-forgiveness practices, and celebrating imperfections. This will assist you in reframing those negative qualities into tools for success. The key to success is balance and intention. Consider that your capacity is directly related to your capacity to handle yourself. The more one can integrate these things, the more aligned they are and the more powerful they become. Embrace imperfection as a pathway to wholeness. By understanding these concepts, it is possible to live the alchemical marriage. To live this practically, you must cultivate inner harmony by engaging in activities that nurture both masculine and feminine energies and set healthy boundaries, while prioritizing self-care. It is then possible to express your authentic self by actively using both logic and intuition. You can then build harmonious relationships where communication is key by listening more than you speak. The alchemical wedding is about achieving inner wholeness and expressing one's full potential. You are now provided tangible, actionable steps to shape your reality and reach the final step of preparing for transcendence. These concepts prepare us for transcendence by synthesizing inner harmony, balanced energies, and shadow integration. By reflecting on your experience and then taking action, you create an opportunity to take one last step. In the next section, we will discuss the final transformation to be made. Now that we've explored integrating your shadow and living the alchemical marriage, it's time to discuss how transformation isn't a one-time event, but an ongoing way of life. It is not a destination to be reached, but a continuous journey, an endless cycle of self-discovery and refinement. Are you truly committed to the ongoing process of becoming? Like the seasons changing, there are constant cycles of growth and decay in our lives. Just as nature adapts and renews itself, so too must we embrace the inevitable shifts and transitions that shape our existence. Consider the athlete who never stops training, constantly pushing their limits, adapting to new challenges, and striving for improvement. This is the essence of ongoing alchemy. Each day presents an opportunity to refine our character, deepen our understanding, and expand our consciousness. But how do we maintain momentum and avoid the pitfalls of stagnation and complacency? How do we cultivate a mindset of perpetual growth and transformation? Embracing impermanence is paramount. The Buddhist concept of anicca teaches us that everything is in a constant state of flux. Recognizing this truth allows us to release our attachment to fixed identities and outcomes, opening ourselves to new possibilities and experiences. Just as a river adapts to the contours of the land, we must learn to navigate the ever-changing currents of life with grace and flexibility. By accepting impermanence, we free ourselves from the illusion of control, allowing us to embrace the unknown with curiosity and courage. This also enables us to set realistic expectations for the transformation process. Avoid the trap of seeking instant results. Personal evolution is a marathon, not a sprint. Practice patience, persistence, and above all, self-compassion. Break down your larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Celebrate small victories along the way, acknowledging your progress and building momentum. Remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your commitment to growth. Changing your internal self-dialogue to become more positive can lead to better external relationships with friends and colleagues. This is the as above, so below principle in action, showcasing how inner shifts gradually manifest in your outer reality. Now let's examine how Solve et Coagula can be applied to achieve concrete change in your life. Consider a career reinvention. The first step is solve, identifying the aspects of your current career that are no longer serving you. Are you in a dead-end job that stifles your creativity and limits your potential? Are you feeling unfulfilled, stressed, or undervalued? Once you've identified the problem areas, begin exploring new career paths that align with your values, passions, and skills. This may involve taking aptitude tests, networking with professionals in different fields, or even volunteering to gain experience. Next, comes Coagula, acquiring the necessary skills and qualifications for your desired career. This may involve enrolling in courses, attending workshops, or seeking mentorship from experienced professionals. Finally, launch your new career with confidence and determination. Update your resume, refine your online presence, and start applying for jobs or pitching your services to potential clients. Generate leads by networking, creating online content, and using social media to reinforce your professional brand. This cycle of dismantling the old and building the new empowers you to shape your life in alignment with your true purpose. Now, let's move on to relationships. Applying Solve et Coagula can dramatically improve your connections. Solve involves identifying toxic patterns that undermine your relationships. Are you engaging in constant conflict, criticism, or passive aggression? Are you struggling with issues of trust, communication, or intimacy? Once you've identified these patterns, begin setting healthy boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. Clearly communicate your needs and expectations to your partner and be willing to compromise. The next phase, Coagula, involves building stronger, more fulfilling connections by practicing active listening, expressing gratitude, and engaging in quality time. Create a safe and supportive space where you and your partner can openly share your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Schedule regular date nights, plan shared activities, and make a conscious effort to deepen your emotional bond. Breaking bad habits can also benefit from this framework. To do so, Solve involves identifying the habit and its triggers. What are the cues, routines, and rewards associated with the behavior? Do you turn to smoking, overeating, or excessive social media use when you're feeling stressed, bored, or lonely? Develop alternative behaviors that satisfy your needs without causing harm. Implement rewards for sticking to your new habits and be patient with yourself as you build new neural pathways. Actively dismantling the old and building the new empowers viewers to shape their lives. Stepping into radical responsibility is crucial for fully embodying the alchemical process. This requires challenging the victim mentality and acknowledging that your external reality is a reflection of your internal state. Are you blaming your circumstances, your past, or other people for your unhappiness? Are you waiting for someone or something to rescue you from your problems? This change requires radical acceptance, acknowledging that you are responsible for your choices, your actions, and your beliefs. Even when faced with difficult or unfair situations, you have the power to choose how you respond. What difficulties can be overcome through this process? Start by identifying the internal blocks, limiting beliefs, and emotional patterns that are sabotaging your success and happiness. Journaling prompts and meditation techniques can assist with this task. To shift your inner landscape, you must reprogram those limiting beliefs, master your emotions, and cultivate positive thoughts and feelings. Use affirmations, visualizations, and mindfulness practices to create a new internal reality that supports your desired outcomes. Instead of dwelling on your fears, visualize yourself succeeding in your goals. Embrace the power of positive thinking, reframing negative thoughts into positive ones. Practice gratitude, focusing on the blessings in your life, rather than dwelling on what's lacking. When you change your internal world, you create a corresponding change in your external reality. Positive thoughts influence actions, leading to more successful results. This underscores the as above, so below principle. To take this process deeper, you must explore your prima materia, mining your inner gold by engaging in daily shadow exploration. Set aside time for journaling, meditating on uncomfortable emotions, and engaging in active imagination. Explore your dreams and pay attention to recurring symbols, emotions, and themes. These offer valuable insights into your unconscious mind and hidden aspects of yourself. Integrate and personify elements of the shadow through art or creative writing. Engage with and personify elements of the shadow through art or creative writing. Guide viewers in transforming negative shadow traits into positive attributes, turning anger into assertiveness, fear into courage, and jealousy into inspiration. Transforming personal faults into strengths leads to greater success. Examples can be drawn from various industries and social interactions. The shadow work process also requires self-acceptance and compassion, encouraging viewers to embrace their imperfections and vulnerabilities. Understand the role of self-acceptance, and that it is through acknowledging and integrating these hidden aspects of ourselves that we become truly whole. Connecting the prima materia to the theme of wholeness, true transformation requires embracing all aspects of oneself, both light and shadow. Integrating unlocks more potential for the user. Finally, we arrive at the alchemical wedding in action, cultivating harmonious living. This begins with tangible ways of showcasing and achieving alchemical balance in day-to-day activities. How does logic versus intuition influence your relationships? Is this harmony reflected externally? If not, how can you reconcile it? Begin by questioning your processes. Take steps to have discussions and use journaling prompts to get to the heart of how to showcase and achieve alchemical balance in day-to-day activities. Relate this inner alignment to more successful creative endeavors, more balanced relationships, and a greater overall feeling of purpose. As you better yourself, you will also better the world. The more balance one creates, the less negative will manifest. Next, examine your external circumstances to identify where a potential imbalance exists. If an imbalance exists, what steps can you actively take to reconcile it? How will you know when you have achieved this goal? Consider reflection questions for different areas of life, such as relationships, career, health, and spirituality. The more you act in ways that encourage alchemical balance, the more results you will see. Remember, you are a conscious actor in your own reality, and your journey will likely inspire others. The alchemical wedding relates to the theme of transformation, emphasizing that true alchemy is about achieving inner wholeness and expressing one's full potential. The core principles of the Emerald Tablet can be applied to create a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Solve et Coagula becomes a tool to promote forward progress, prima materia for accepting yourself, and the alchemical wedding for balance and success. As you continue on your transformative journey, remember that the Emerald Tablet is a powerful tool for self-discovery and empowerment. Consider a time when a shift in behavior, thought, or action improved a situation. This information is just a starting point, and there is always more to learn and explore. Now is the time to take the leap, to commit to applying the principles of the Emerald Tablet in your lives, starting with small, actionable steps. Share your experiences and insights in the comments, creating a community of support and inspiration. The Emerald Tablet holds the key to unlocking your full potential and creating a life of purpose, joy, and abundance. Embrace your power to transform your lives. In essence, Solve et Coagula teaches us to break down what no longer serves us and build up what empowers us. As above, so below reminds us that our inner world shapes our outer reality, and vice versa. Understanding your prima materia means confronting and integrating your shadow self, while the alchemical wedding symbolizes the harmonious union of masculine and feminine energies within. These aren't isolated concepts, but interconnected keys that unlock profound personal transformation when used together. Each principle enhances the understanding and application of the others, creating a synergistic effect that accelerates your growth. Let's reiterate our primary revelation once more. True alchemy isn't about transmuting lead into gold in a literal sense, but about transmuting the lead of your limitations, fears, and negative beliefs into the gold of your boundless potential, peace, happiness, and fulfillment. Understanding this is infinitely more empowering than chasing the illusion of physical riches. Remember the example of a career change we discussed. It perfectly illustrates how all four principles work in harmony. You solve by identifying dissatisfaction, confront your prima materia by acknowledging fears, practice, as above, so below, by visualizing success, and then coagula by building new skills and harmonizing them in an alchemical wedding. Seeing life through the lens of alchemical principles transforms every challenge into an opportunity for profound growth and self-discovery. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance, you become a conscious co-creator of your reality. This manifests as taking ownership of your responses to external events, actively seeking lessons in adversity, and using your newfound wisdom to shape a more fulfilling future. Consider someone facing a difficult relationship. Instead of blaming their partner, they use Solve et Coagula to identify unhealthy patterns, confront their own shadow aspects that contribute to the conflict, and then rebuild the relationship based on honesty, empathy, and mutual respect. This isn't just about changing the relationship, it's about transforming themselves. The teachings of the Emerald Tablet are particularly relevant now because they offer a pathway to navigate the increasing complexity and uncertainty of the modern world. As societal and global challenges intensify, embracing an alchemical mindset empowers us to become agents of positive change. When we apply Solve et Coagula to societal issues, we can dismantle outdated systems and structures that no longer serve the collective good, and build new ones based on principles of sustainability, justice, and compassion. The pattern of Solve et Coagula mirrors the cycles of creation and destruction inherent in nature and the cosmos, reminding us that transformation is a constant and necessary process. As above, so below reflects the interconnectedness of all things, emphasizing that our individual actions have far-reaching consequences. Embracing these principles allows us to create a more fulfilling life, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. Personal transformation has a ripple effect, positively influencing our relationships, communities, and even global systems. Remember, transformation isn't about achieving a state of perfection, but about embracing our full humanity strengths, weaknesses, light, and shadow along a path of continued progress. Therefore, maintain continuous practice and self-reflection to deepen your understanding and application of the Emerald Tablet's wisdom. Journaling allows you to track your progress, identify recurring patterns, and gain clarity on your challenges. Meditation cultivates mindfulness, helping you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Spending time in nature reconnects you with the rhythms of the earth and provides inspiration and perspective. Envision your actions promoting balance, leading to harmony in relationships, success in endeavors, and a world working in perfect order. As for those initial questions we posed, here are the direct answers. Alchemy is about inner transformation, the Emerald Tablet is a guide, and you can consciously shape your reality. The journey of transformation is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Setbacks are a natural part of the process. As you integrate these principles, new questions will naturally arise. How can we apply these teachings to create a more just and sustainable world? How can we use technology to enhance our understanding of consciousness? Widespread understanding of the Emerald Tablet's wisdom could revolutionize our relationships, societies, and understanding of our place in the universe. It might also open new avenues of research and innovation in fields like psychology, medicine, and environmental science. What if our healthcare systems focused on holistic well-being, integrating mind, body, and spirit? What if our education systems cultivated critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence? In the comments below, share your own experiences, insights, and questions about the Emerald Tablet. How do you plan to apply these principles in your life? And be sure to let us know what esoteric theories you'd like us to explore next, such as the Kabbalah, the Enneagram, or the Akashic Records. And as you journey forward, look out for future content that will delve deeper into specific techniques and practices for applying the Emerald Tablet's wisdom, such as advanced shadow work techniques and manifestation practices. Remember this: the power to transform your life is within you. Unlock the alchemist within and create the reality you desire.